is your name? Rushi. Definition of accounting. Gaurav? Silence everyone.
Sir, accounts means classification of transaction records.
No one should be talking in between. What is your name?
Accounting.
What is your name? Stuti.
Accounting is the art in which classification, analysis and transactions are done in the form.
Karan? Definition of accounting.
Accounting is the art of recording, classifying and summarizing the basic of events and transactions which can help the users in making correct
Which can be measured in terms of money. Quite close, I'll give it to you. Accounting is an art of recording, classifying and summarizing the transactions and events which can be measured in terms of money in such a way that it helps the users in taking correct decisions. You people write this 5 times by tomorrow, 3 of you. So, then, along with Mohit, what is your name? Krunal. What is business transaction?
Exchange of goods and services for money.
Only for money. Kirti.
Transaction means exchange of goods or services or goods and services for money.
Repeat.
Transaction is the exchange of goods and services
For goods and service or for money. So now, when you exchange goods for goods or goods and services for goods and services, what was that system called? Barter. Okay, money invented quite later on, and this definition of accounting is given since 1494, when money was not there also. 1494, Luca Pacioli. Okay, L-U-C-A, Luca, not Luca. Luca Pacioli. He is an Italian mathematician and he has given the concept of accounting. Okay, so at that time exchange of goods and services used to take place even in exchange of goods and services. And these days also sometimes it takes place. So exchange of goods and services for goods and services or for money. And who invented the system of accounting? Luca Pacioli. Luca Pacioli. P-A-C-I-O-L-I. Well, it. What is your name? Zair, no? Our definition of accounting and definition of business transaction. Write 5 times by tomorrow. Okay? And don't sleep, otherwise we'll double next time. Okay, then Fatima. Capital.
Any form of goods or assets bought by the owner into the business.
Is called capital. You will not say bought, you will say brought. Bought means you purchase, and here you are not purchasing, you are bringing. So brought by the owner into the business. Correct. The drawings. Drawings.
Any item
Any item. So
any form
in the form of item. So,
any form, user
no. In exams you cannot do that, no? Explanation you can give me in Hindi, but you have to write the things in exams when it is asked. Janvi?
All forms of cash, goods or assets withdrawn by the owner from the business for personal use is known as
Any form of cash or goods or assets withdrawn by the owner from the business for his personal use is called drawings. Okay? Read it only 5 times. Dhwani. Silence. Liabilities.
Any amount payable in the business is called liability.
Which are the two types of liabilities?
Current and non-current.
Correct. Any amount payable by the business is known as liability. It is long term, that is non-current, and short term, that is Gyani. Long term.
Any amount payable within the 1 year period of.
Long term, I am asking, non-current.
Sorry, after 1 period, after 1 year is called long term.
Any amount payable by the business after 1 year period of time is called non-current or long-term liability. Then, Anuj. Short-term or current liability
any amount payable to the business
by the business.
within the year.
Any amount payable by the business within 1 year is called current liability. What is your name? Tanushri. Asset. Right now. Write in paper and give it to me. Yes, let it try. You write it, but you write it 5 times. Adifa?
Any item owned by the owner and owned by the business and having a monetary value.
Correct. You not say owner, you always say business. Okay. Any item owned by the business having monetary value is called asset. Partha, what is the classification of assets we have seen? No discussion, Dhwani and Janvi.
Fixed and current.
Fixed and current. What is fixed asset? Five times. You want to say?
Any type of cash.
Cash is not fixed asset. You will not use the word cash in defining it. Red t-shirt. What is your name? Abhinav. Fixed asset.
Those assets which is remain fixed in business for long period of time.
Those assets which remain fixed in the business for long period of time is called fixed asset. Example. Building. Land, building, machinery, furniture, vehicles. Sit down. Harshita. Current asset.
Those assets which remain in the business for a short period of time and keeps on changing and it can be easily converted into cash is known as surplus.
Example.
For example, goods, cash,
Bank balance. Correct. Those assets which remain in the business for short period of time, keep on changing and can be easily converted into cash. Cash balance itself, bank balance and also goods. And Vidhi. Debtors.
any paper, the business
Mohit and who is along with Mohit? Rushi. And so Mohit, you write this 5 times. What is it doing? Oh. Sit down. Mohit, debtors. Ria.
Customers whom the business sells the goods on credit number debtors, the money is receivable in future.
Correct. Customers to whom the business sells goods on credit are called debtors. An amount is still receivable. It is not received but receivable in finance. So now, Gaurav, creditors.
Suppliers from whom the business purchases goods on credit is called creditors.
Creditors. And the amount is
The amount is receivable in
Akash. That is Akash, no? Today, you write this definition of creditors 5 times. You see, the amount is still payable to the creditors in take out your notebook. So let's start with the second chapter, which would be a practical one today. Stuti, Rushi and Gaurav definition of accounting 5 times. Zahir definition as well as transactions. Deep drawings. Tanushri asset. Parthiv fixed asset. Mohit and Vidhi debtors and Uday creditors 5 times each. Okay. Now, second chapter. And simultaneously from first chapter certain terms etc. will keep on doing it. Twofold effects. Of transactions and types of accounts. Okay, twofold effects of transactions and types of accounts. Given the heading? Now understand the types of transactions as I discussed yesterday also. Transactions portion we will discuss in little bit more detail today. So which are the types of transactions? There are 2 parts in this chapter. First part, for the next 4-5 days we'll understand how to give twofold effects of various transactions. The next part of the chapter is types of accounts, second part, and then we have mixed concept on both. And that will be very important to understand the third chapter. Without the basics of second chapter being clear, you will not understand anything from the third chapter. So it's very, very fundamental. It is a foundation of your accountancy subject. Like any building, foundation is weak, then what will happen? The building will collapse. So if your foundation of this second chapter is weak, then you will collapse in accounts. In all the terms, you will keep on collapsing only. So this is a foundation and fundamental chapter of accountancy. Okay. We first understand the different types of transactions. Transactions in business we divide in 2 categories. One is economic transactions and the other is non-economic transactions. Okay? Don't try to just understand it, then I'll give you time to write the same. First understand and then you'll see how will you manage in your notebook. So transactions classified into 2 categories, economic and non-economic. economic are the ones which can be measured in terms of money, or you can say money is necessarily involved in the sale. So all the transactions that day we had created an artificial business, and you could see that in every transaction we took, money was necessarily involved. Okay. And non-economic transactions are those where money is not involved. Okay. So if in my business I conduct a meeting of my staff and I give them certain orders, instructions and directions, then that is non-economic transaction because money is not involved. I am giving them the training how to do the work in the business. Okay. But economic transaction, I purchase goods from the market, I pay electricity bill, I pay telephone bill. Everywhere money is involved, they are economic transactions. I give order to someone that go and switch off the air conditioners or second floor. That is a non-economic transaction. All these are activities in business. But wherever money is involved, it becomes economic, and wherever money is not involved, it is non-economic. Any confusion in that? Now, within economic transactions, we have two more categories. One is cash transaction, the other is credit transaction. We have one category is cash transaction, and the other one is credit transaction. Now in a cash transaction, on the spot or immediate, on the spot or immediate payment or receipt is done. Either you receive the money on the spot or you make the payment on the spot. Whereas in credit transaction, receipt or payment will be made in future. It is deferred in future. Means right now you don't receive the money, right now you don't pay the money. You agree to receive or pay the money in future. That's why we call it as credit. So if I purchase goods from Ved and pay the money immediately, which transaction is that?
Cash.
I may pay by cash or I can even pay by check. These days credit card, debit card, Paytm, Beam, many options are possible. So whatever options I use, it will be considered as a cash transaction. I can directly do net banking transfers also. NEFT, RTGS, all these transfers are also possible. All this will come in cash. The main point is, on the spot or immediately the payment is done or receipt is done. Whereas suppose I purchase goods from Simran, but I don't pay the money immediately. I agree to pay after 1 month. Then that is credit. Again, in Hindi, what do you call it as? That is credit transaction. Is everyone of you clear with that? Anyone having any doubt in it? Now tell me, suppose I give an order to Darshan to supply goods of 10,000 after 1 month. Is it an economic or non-economic transaction? Is it cash or credit? It is a non-economic transaction. I have given order to Darshan to supply the goods after 1 month. After 1 month, no exchange is involved right now. After 1 month, when he gives me the goods, at that time it will become, and at that time if I pay him the money immediately, and again at that time if I say I'll pay the money again after 1 month, then it would be. Right now it is a non-economic transaction. So remember that giving or receiving an order, giving or receiving an order to supply the goods in future is always non-economic transaction. Did every one of you understand this? Further, if you sell the goods on credit, we had studied the terms yesterday. Suppose if I say that Hit sell goods to Hital on 2 months credit. Listen carefully. Hit sells goods to Hital. Okay? And on what condition? 2 months credit. Raise your hand. Yesterday we studied the terms. Who is the debtor and who is the creditor? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Anyone else also? Niyati.
Hit is the creditor and hater is the debtor.
Correct. So now, debtor means customer. Who is the customer here? So Hetal is debtor. And creditor means supplier. Who is the supplier of goods here? So Het is creditor. Okay, but necessary condition is if it was done on cash, then none of them are debtors or creditors. In short, when does a relationship of debtor and creditor arise? Only when there is credit transaction. So in a credit transaction, debtor and creditor relationship will arise. Okay, in which transaction? In credit transaction, debtor or creditor relationship will always arise. One of the two parties will be a debtor and other party would be a. But you remember, debtor, customer, and creditors, suppliers. Anyone having any confusion in this? So we'll understand with examples how to identify whether it is economic or it is non-economic. Okay. Once again, so transactions are of mainly 2 types. Which 2 types? Economic and non-economic. Economic means money will be involved. Non-economic means money is not involved. Within economic, we can have cash and credit. In cash transaction, immediate payment or receipt is done. And in credit transaction, payment or receipt is agreed to be done in future. Whenever there is a credit transaction, between the two parties there will be a relationship of debtor and creditor. Are you okay with that? And giving an order or receiving an order is always non-economic transaction, because the exchange would take place in future. Anyone having any doubt in this? Note it down. Who are writing it still? And anyone who wants me to explain any of the points again over here? Let us revise it once again, then we'll take up with the practical questions to differentiate. Is it a transaction economic or is it? Today we'll differentiate between economic and non-economic. In the next period further we'll differentiate in detail between cash and okay. So economic means money is involved. Non-economic means money is not involved. Okay, tell me if you receive the like municipal tax bill has come at your houses. Municipal tax bill, house tax has come by now, and some July and we have to pay the same. For businesses also we receive the municipal tax bill. So when you receive the notice of municipal tax bill, is it an economic or non-economic? Non-economic. Because we have not yet paid. Okay, when we go and pay the bill actually, then it would become economic. When you receive the electricity bill at house, non-economic. When you go and pay for it, it would become economic transaction. Got it, everyone? Who all are still writing it? Extra question I'll be dictating, you will be doing practice on that, and then based on that similar illustration I'll give you in homework. Okay? Completed? Anyone else still writing it? Raise your hand. All are completed? So first question we will do. Write down question 1. Identify whether the following transactions are economic or non-economic. Okay, identify whether the following transactions are economic or non-economic. So, first transaction. Did you all write the main question?
Yes.
Write down. Purchase goods of rupees 10,000 for cash. Is it an economic or non-economic? Economic. Money is involved and payment is done. Payment of cash is done against goods. We are getting the goods and we are making the payment. So, write down. It is an economic transaction because cash is paid against goods. Anyone having any doubt on that? So I'll dictate you the rest now. Who all are still writing the first one? Raise your hand. Main point you can underline. Cash is paid against goods. Okay? Completed? Anyone else still writing it? Raise your hand. Should I take up the second one? Okay, write down the second. Sold goods for rupees 8,000 for cash. Raise your hand with the reason.
Economic
Because cash is involved.
But cash is involved in what manner?
Good.
Nandini. I'm looking for something more specific. Uday?
It is an economic transaction because goods is sold. Goods is sold.
Drishti?
It is an economic transaction because cash is obtained against selling of goods.
Yes, cash is received. Cash is received. You did not say that. Goods are sold, goods are sold. Where is it? Goods are sold is understood. I'm looking for specific. Here cash is paid or cash is received. The cash is received. Understood that everyone? Sit down. Sit down. It is an economic transaction because cash is received against goods. Cash is received against goods. And third one, purchased furniture of rupees 20,000 by check. Raji,
Non-economic.
why
Economic.
and why?
Sir, check, if we give, I give check to you, it will be, like, money will be taken when date is issued, so it is standing, it is economic,
It can be both meaning.
no, economic.
Economic. Because?
That's it.
Yes, it is economic. I discussed it here. That immediate receipt or payment is done and it can be done by cash, check, debit card, credit card, Paytm, net banking transfers. Payment may be done by any mode, that does not make any difference. So here also, because we are making the payment, it is a cash transaction. Yes, sir.
But sir, money is received in future, not
Why in future?
Why?
because till the cash doesn't.
But we consider it as received. If you give me the check of today's date only, the money is received. Yes, if you give me a post-dated check of October, November, then it is a credit transaction. Okay? When nothing is mentioned means you are giving the check of the same day. So for you the receipt or payment is immediately taking place. Yes? It cannot be non-economic because exchange is taking place. You are giving the furniture, so you are getting the furniture and you are giving the check. Check is money. Okay? Yes.
Sir, अगर check government
Then again we'll record that in the books of accounts. For reversing the transaction, we have to make an entry in the books of
So it
accounts.
is called economic.
Economic, both are economic. So even if it gets dishonored or bounced, then also it is an economic transaction. And then you'll see also in the coming periods, you'll see how to record the same in the books of accounts. Yes, good to know. Ask the doubts. I like this kind of participation. Okay, check doesn't mean that the payment will be done in future. When you receive or pay the check immediately, the payment or receipt is immediately done. Is everyone clear with that? Yes, that's a different thing, that the check will be realized in 1 day's gap. So normally if you give me the check today and you deposit it in the bank tomorrow, the money will be coming in my bank account latest by tomorrow or day after tomorrow. But then today itself we will take it as a cash transaction. Because from your side payment is done. Instead of cash it is done by check. So mode is not important. Is everyone of you clear with that? Any other confusions still? And if I don't deposit the check, that is my problem. It happens many times, you give the check remains in the drawer after 1 week, when we clean the drawer, oh, this check is there. Then you deposit in the bank. In that case also it is a cash transaction only. Because from the other person's point of view, payment is, it is your fault that you did not deposit in the bank. Any other confusions in this step? So it is economic transaction because check is received, paid. Check is paid against, now we'll write asset. Furniture will not come in goods, now it will come in the category of asset. What is the difference in goods and assets? Goods are something you do the business in, you trade in. Means the items or commodities which you trade in your business are called goods. If you are a cloth merchant, then garments are goods for you. That is something you buy and sell regularly, on and off. If you are a furniture mart owner, furniture is goods for you. If you are a stationery shop owner, stationery is goods for you. Okay? For me, furniture is an asset. But for a furniture mart owner, furniture is goods. Understood the difference, everyone? Other than goods, everywhere we will write asset. Any confusions? Here on the next one, fourth. Sold machinery for rupees 20,000 by check. Raise your hand with explanation. Sold machinery of 20,000 for 20,000 by check. What is it? Ashita.
Sir, economic transaction.
Because
Check is paid against.
now we are selling. So check is received. Now we are selling the machinery, so check will be received. Immediate receipt is done. Right. So it is an economic transaction because check is received. Now what will I say against? Asset. Check is received against asset. Any confusion in that? All are clear up till here? Then fifth, paid salary rupees 2,000. Paid salary rupees 2,000. Economic or non-economic? What reason will you write?
Money involved.
Cash is paid. Nothing is given means cash is paid. Cash is paid against service. Cash is paid against service. Now you will say against service. Whenever there is any expense or income, you will mention against service. Is everyone clear with that? Read on. It is an economic transaction. It is an economic transaction because cash is paid against service. Anyone not clear with this? All are clear up till here? Next time dictating and not discuss. Write it, the explanation and reason on your own. Right on. Paid electricity bill of rupees 8,000 by check. Write the explanation on your own. read it? Raise your hand. What will you write? Tanil?
Economic transaction because check is paid against service.
Yes. All of you have written that? It is an economic transaction because check is paid against service. Any confusions with this? Next, write down. Received commission rupees 500. Received commission rupees 500. Raise your hand, you can tell me the transaction with the reason. Mohit?
Economic because cash is paid. Yes, cash is received.
Now we are received against
Service.
service. Write down. It is an economic transaction because cash is received against service. Got it, everyone? Again, next, you'll write the reason on your own. 8. Received rent. Received rent of rupees 4,000 by check. Write on your own. Try that. Simran?
Economic transaction because check is received against service.
Correct. It is an economic transaction because check is received against service. All of you able to understand that? Next, write down. What is the next number? 9. Purchased goods of rupees 5,000. Purchase goods of rupees 5,000 from Prince Gadbadwala on 2 months credit. Purchase goods of 5,000 from Prince Gadbadwala on 2 months credit. Akash?
Non-economic.
Wrong. Janvi?
Economic.
Economic transaction, credit transaction, where the payment will be done in future. In how much future? After 2 months. Is everyone clear that it is an economic transaction and within economic it is? Credit transaction. And reason what we will write, debtor-creditor relationship arises. We are purchasing goods from Prince. Who is Prince? Customer or supplier? He is our creditor. And we are his debtor. So debtor-creditor relationship arises. Is everyone clear that it is an economic transaction because debtor-creditor relationship arises. Any confusion in this? Next. Sold furniture to Jinal Golwala, Jinal, Jinal Golwala on 3 months credit. on 3 months credit.
So can you repeat?
Sold goods to Jinal Golwala on 3 months. I did not mention the value. For rupees 10,000. So what is it? Economic. Within economic it is a credit. Now we are selling goods to Jinal. So 3 months credit. So is Jinal a customer or supplier? Customer means she is debtor and we are creditor. So again there is a debtor creditor relationship. Same reason right now. It is an economic transaction because debtor creditor relationship arises. Any confusions? 10th. 11th. 11th right now. Gave an order to Zahir Batliwala. Gave an order to Zahir Batliwala to supply goods of rupees 7,000. Yes? Non-economic. Receiving or giving an order is non-economic because the goods will be received in future. Is everyone clear with that? So it is non-economic transaction because money is not involved. See, neither cash is received nor cash is paid. Only order is given. Yes, if you give advance money against the order, then it becomes economic. But here neither cash is received nor cash is paid. And neither debtor creditor relationship arises until unless you receive the goods. Debtor creditor relationship will also not arise. Okay? And last one for today right now. Decided to keep a meeting of salesmen to promote sales. Yes? Same reason. Money is not involved. Write it down on your own. So all of you are clear how to identify it as an economic or non-economic. Any confusions?
No.
Illustration 1 of chapter 2 is your homework. It is a similar one. Where you have to identify is the transaction economic or non-economic. Okay? Your homework will be illustration 1, chapter 2. Tomorrow you will have the regular class. I'll take the test in the next week because this week a lot of tests have been already conducted. So tomorrow we have the regular class of accountancy only, and I don't want to have now gap of 2 periods in between. Tomorrow I want to take up with cash and credit simultaneously as this concept is done today itself. Sunday I'm not sure I'll verify. No. I'll verify economics or BO test might be there on Sunday. Okay. Bye everyone.